Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire. And I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about you have a heavenly father. You have a heavenly father up in heaven who loves you, bruh. And this is something that um some people tend to forget. You know what I'm saying? You got some people out there who is currently living a worldly lifestyle. You got, let me start off with the women. You got women out there who is currently living a worldly lifestyle, but they are chosen to follow God. You have a calling on your life, man. And I just want to tell you that you have a heavenly father up in heaven. And he basically wants you to come home, bro. Like, come home to his kingdom, bro. Like, and step into your calling, bro. Step into your purpose. You know what I'm saying? You have a heavenly father up in heaven. And sometimes you may tend to forget that. Sometimes people could tend to forget that, man, you have a heavenly father up in heaven, bro. You are chosen. If you are chosen to follow God, because God don't even choose everybody to follow him. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that from Tiario, man. God don't even choose everybody to follow him. But look, you are chosen. You know what I'm saying? You might be lost right now. You might be in a season of being lost in your life right now, but you are chosen to follow God. So I just wanted to encourage you and say that you have a heavenly father up in heaven, and he's waiting for you to answer that call over that he has over your life. He has a calling on your life, and he's waiting for you to answer that calling over your life. Don't be forgetting that you have a heavenly father up in heaven, man. Sometimes we get caught up in all this nonsense of this world. You know what I'm saying? We get caught up in living a certain type of way, and we forget that, people be forgetting that they have a heavenly father up in heaven. Like, you chosen people out there, man, you be forgetting that you have a heavenly father up in heaven, and he has a calling over your life. This is not a calling like on a cell phone or on a phone or anything like that. This is a calling in your heart, bruh. You know what I'm saying? This is not a calling that you get on your iPhone or whatever, if you have an Android or iPhone or whatever type of phone you have, bruh. This is not a calling you get on your phone, bruh. This is a calling in your heart, a calling in your spirit. You felt something in your spirit was calling you to something better. You felt something in your heart and in your spirit is calling you to do something better. Do not brush it off. You have a heavenly father up in heaven, bruh. And he's calling you home. And like I say, I was going to start off by using women as an example. Let me use women as an example first, then I'm going to get to the men. So if you are a woman out there and you live in like a worldly lifestyle, but you are chosen to follow God, man, you have a heavenly father up in heaven. You are his daughter. You know what I'm saying? You are his daughter. He's waiting for you to enter his kingdom, bruh, so you could get into your purpose. He's waiting for you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And let me talk to the black women too, specifically as well. Because you are chosen, bruh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you are chosen, if you're a black woman out there who's chosen to follow God, man, you have a heavenly father up in heaven. He's waiting for you to give up that worldly lifestyle so you could really step into your calling. But you could be a woman of any race. You don't have to be just black. You could be a woman from any race. You know what I'm saying? If you are chosen to follow God, man, then you are chosen. That's what it is. Like, God picks different people from all types of races. So this is not even about race. But I just wanted to just talk to my own kind, you know what I'm saying? And just encourage my own kind too, because, man, my own kind is lost, bro. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to speak to your own kind too, because they lost. But this is not to exclude any other race. Like, if you are chosen by God, irregardless of race, skin color, that doesn't really matter. then if God has a calling over your life, man, then he just does. And you got to come on into the kingdom, man. I'm trying to tell you. But, you know, what's next? I'm gonna get to the example of men as well, but let me continue giving an example of like the women, bro. Like, for the black women out there, man, like you is a princess, and you is a princess in God's eyes. I can't even say that word. You is a princess in God's eyes, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you is the chosen, bro. Like, you is God's daughter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you is a princess, and you is God's daughter, bro. You have a father up in heaven, bro. You have a heavenly father up in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Some of you women out there, to whereas your relationship with your earthly father is almost non-existent. You know, sometimes it happens. But you have a heavenly father up in heaven, bro. Some of you out there, women, y'all could have lost your father. Your father may not even be alive right now. But you have a heavenly father up in heaven, though. You know what I'm saying? And some of you all, you have a good relationship with your father on earth. But let me tell you something. You have a heavenly father up in heaven, though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just reaching out to different situations and kind of like bringing up different things so I could relate with more people. You know what I'm saying? You might be out there, you lost. You in the strip club, you lost. You know what I'm saying? You smoking, you drinking, you in the strip club, you clubbing. But deep down in your heart and in your spirit, you know that this ain't for you, bro. You know that God has a calling on your life, bro. We all have a past, bro. I have a past. So, you know what I'm saying? Once you come into the kingdom, don't let the devil use your past against you and this and that. Because we all have a past, man. You know, you want me to just tell you about my past, bro? My past is, you know, I might not have been, you know, smoking and drinking and going to the club and this and that, but I also had my own life and I also have my own sins. You know, I might have done different sins from you, but I also had my own sins, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had all types of thinking problems. I was shy. I had all types of I was easy to anger. Like, I was just an angry kid, bro. You know, and then growing up, I dealt with all types of different things. Lust, you know what I'm saying? Man, I dealt with all types of all types of things, but when I'm speaking from the moment, so it's like I might forget stuff, but there's really a lot of sins that I did. And there's a lot of things that I actually went through. But when I'm speaking from the moment, it's like I'm not going to be getting everything down in order. You know what I'm saying? But, man, there's all types of stuff that I used to go through, man. I was molested as a child, you know what I'm saying? Which then led me into being lustful and being sexual and, you know what I'm saying, dry humping stuff and all types of stuff you know what I'm saying? Being sneaky, spying on you know what I'm saying, some family members and this and that, humping, dry humping, all that stuff, man. All different types of weird stuff that really happened when they started when I was molested as a child, you know, by one of my female family friends. I think she was a family friend, but she was older and I was way younger. So that opened up the door for all type of weird stuff, you know. And once a seed is planted, it grows. You know what I'm saying? If you're a kid and something you know, if you're a kid and something crazy happens to you, that seed is planted and it just plays out. You don't know how to not react based off of what you was exposed to, you know, until God, you know, shows up in your life and sets you free internally from all these things, then you go, get your stuff right. But I've been through all types of different things, man. And, I'm just sharing my life story just a little bit. My dad was alcoholic, man. He was just gone behind alcohol. He used to be putting hands on my mother, beating my mom and this and that. My mom, man, was just also being used by the devil, man, to just, she was just being used by the devil against me when I started following God. When I got older, and it's just a lot, bro. It's a lot. My own family set me up. My own mother set me up. Man, I was kicked out to the street. Man, I was in all types of different scenarios, bro. Like abused. I was abused in all types of ways, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I was man, I was put on all types of different things, like lied on, you know what I'm saying? My mom was, she done told the police that I was doing drugs. Like, man, she was lying, bro. Like, I ain't never even did drugs in my life, smoked or drink or anything. She was just saying anything to just really just lie, bro, on me, on my name and this and that. I forgive my family. I forgive both my mother and my father, But if I'm being real with you, man, I prayed for my mother, bro, but I had to move on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta move on. I just had to move on. I prayed for her, but I had to move on because you gotta understand how many years, it happened. Like when it's been happening for years and years and years, and you've been getting mistreated and lied on and set up and abused for years and years and years and years, it's only a matter of time. God is going to be like, enough is enough, right? And God is just going to take you out of that situation because, man, these people, they had all these, every single day is a chance to change and do right. But I'm sitting back and I'm watching my family get worse every single day for over 10 years or something, bro. Like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just had to move on. No hate. There's no hating really in my heart. There's no hate in my heart or anything, bro. I forgave my family and I just move on, bro. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just, I was just using my story as an example. But there's women out there who's also going through all types of different things. But I just wanted to remind y'all that y'all have a heavenly Father up in heaven, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how my physical father looks like, bro. I don't even know how my earthly father looks like because I probably seen him when I was still a baby. I can't remember, man. I can't remember how my dad looks. I was a baby. I don't even know if I seen him or not. I don't even know, bro. I'm just keeping it real. But, I have a heavenly Father up in heaven, and you also have a heavenly Father up in heaven. If you are chosen by God, man, then you have a heavenly Father up in heaven, man. You get what I'm saying? And I just really wanted to just use this message to reach y'all, man. And let me get to the men, right? Let me use the men as an example too. You could have men out there to whereas, they could have no earthly father as well. Their father might have, left them or abandoned them as a child, or their father could have passed away. It could be all types of different, everybody has all types of different types of life stories, man. But if you are chosen by God, then you really do have a heavenly Father up in heaven. So be encouraged, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some men out there, they could be like in some gangs. They could, found mentorship from the wrong people, from the wrong crowds and this and that, because they don't have that father figure in their life, so they just start to like they could have all this pent up anger and all types of different things. But I just wanted to encourage you that you have a Heavenly Father up in heaven, bro. And don't stay in that type of lifestyle, man. Leave that stuff in the past and just come on into God's kingdom. Come on, step into your calling, bro. I just basically wanted to just put this out there, man. This message is from the heart, bro, because, I'm just keeping it real, man, like for real. So sometimes, sometimes people could forget that they have a Heavenly Father up in heaven because there's a lot of stuff going on in this world, bro. This world can be mentally draining, and people could lose focus of heaven and they could lose focus of God. Let's just be real. This world has a lot of stuff going on, but this is to encourage you that you have a Heavenly Father up in heaven. So be encouraged. That calling that's in your heart, that calling that's in your spirit, if you are chosen by God, man, that's God calling you to something else, calling you to something, a purpose that's so powerful, man, that you're going to really step into and really change your life and change a lot of other people's lives. You know what I'm saying? So that's just basically all I wanted to say, man. Peace.